Harvest Manitoba has been helping feed people around the province since 1985. With the busy holiday season upon us, it's relying on the kindness of others to continue to feed those in need. President and CEO Vince Barletta joins me now to chat more about the different ways that you can help. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Can you chat a little bit about how this year has been so far for Harvest Manitoba?
Well, I'll talk about the last year and a half for Harvest Manitoba. I mean, really, since the COVID-19 pandemic began, this pandemic has been a perfect storm for Harvest Manitoba. We saw users of our food banks across the province jump by about 30% in those early weeks of the pandemic. At the same time, we had to send many of our volunteers home because of the public health requirements that were put in place. And at the same time, we saw donations of food drop by nearly 80% as people were stockpiling food and supplies for their own households. So we began COVID really as a perfect storm of circumstances. But thanks to the generosity of a lot of incredible Manitobans, individuals, organizations, companies, we were able to weather that storm. Things started to level off and stabilize over the past few months here at Harvest, but sadly, what we're seeing in these past few months is that demand for food bank services is increasing again. And so we're back into a situation where the need continues to be great. Those who have the least are those that hurt the most when times are tough. And unfortunately, I think we're going to see that all through the holiday season and into the new year. And Harvest is going to need to be there, and we will be there to support those Manitobans who are really feeling the pinch right now.
Speaking of the holidays, does this tend to be one of your busiest times?
It does. This is already a really busy time for Harvest, and we're all friendly Manitobans, and we all want to pitch in, lend a hand, do something extra and special to support Manitobans in need all year round. But I think particularly at Christmas and during the holidays, we have that much more generous spirit. So this is a very busy time for us. We have a lot of food coming through our facility. We have a lot of volunteers coming through our facility. We continue to need more donations coming through our facility, and we certainly encourage people to be generous and support the work of Harvest financially over this holiday season if they're able to do so. And as we discussed, that need in the community just continues to grow, and we're seeing numbers of those in need of food aid approaching the same numbers we saw in March of 2020 at the start of the pandemic, and we know it's just going to get worse all through the holiday season. So the need is there, and we ask Manitobans for their continued support.
In terms of donations, is there anything in particular that you guys are looking for?
Well, Harvest Manitoba has always run on three things. We run on food, we run on people, and we run on money. And we need all three in pretty much equal measure to do what we do. Typically over the holidays, we do get a lot of generosity from food donations, tin in the bin, our community food drives, our grocery partners who support us. We need that to continue. Also, many people like to come in groups to volunteer during the Christmas season. We're seeing more and more people coming back into our facility over the holidays, which is good. We need them to keep coming back after the holidays as well to continue to support us. And of course, donations of cash that allow us to have the goods and services, put gas in the trucks, keep the facility operating, pay the limited staff that we have here to continue the work that we do. So those are three simple ways that Manitobans can help, and we ask them to do as many of the three as they can.
If people wanted to help out in any of the ways that you've described before, how do they go about getting involved?
Well, there's a couple of really easy ways to do it. The best, go to our website, harvestmanitoba.ca. You can certainly go there. You can find out about how you can volunteer, how you can donate food, start a community food drive, or donate money to Harvest Manitoba. Also, if you want to give us a call, you can do that too, 204-982-3668. You can give us a call, and certainly we'll be happy to slot you in as a volunteer or take your donation or work with you around the food drive, particularly in the new year coming up.